I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I am Man's Man and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is an evening edition and it shouldn't be too long, but it will be strong. So come on in and join me as we discuss some matters concerning football. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of football, about the schoolboy season that just completed. I believe it was a failure. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk also about, the possibilities of Cavaliers going up against Inter Miami. If Inter Miami can get the better of Sporting Kansas City of the MLS, we think they will. And then that would mean that there's a two-way tie between Cavaliers and Inter Miami. Inter Miami is a team of Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Jordi Alba, Busquets, and all of those players could be coming to play in the national stadiums against the Root of Speed-led Cavaliers. And I believe if Cavaliers, Javier Mascherano is the coach now, I think his name is Martinez, not there anymore. So I believe that Cavaliers would beat them, with all their youth. So that would be interesting, but you'd expect that there would be a full stadium for that. We're going to get in a little bit into that. And then I have a very big, huge request of the club. I'm very good friends with Rudolph Speed, but I support Mount Pleasant. I support Mount Pleasant, and there's a couple of things I'd like for Mount Pleasant to do for me for this festive season. So I am going to be letting them know what I believe they should, because honestly, I believe if things were managed differently, then Mount Pleasant would possibly have been in the finals, could have been in the finals with Cavaliers. I think they had the quality from last season, but the changing at the end of the season, getting into the new season, I think affected them, and therefore they are not. But yeah, man. So I'm going to talk about what I what I'd love to see at Mount Pleasant, and what are my thoughts are for Mount Pleasant. And this is going to be beneficial to some reggae boys because I've seen some moves of some reggae boys that I want to deal with. But before I get into that, I want to big up Troy Malcolm from Rossies. I mean, the project down there is going really, really good. Hearing a lot of good things going on down there at the Rossies High School down there in Hanover as they try to build a state-of-the-art complex at the school there, and that is through the Russia's Brosis Foundation. Lots of work going on down there. Also, see Triple E in the building. Welcome, Triple E. Bless up yourself. You understand me. Always good to have you, sir. Thanks as usual for your love and your support. As you all know, our Christmas give back is happening, which is part of the reason why we have the channel, so that we can, we normally feed the street people, people on the street on Boxing Day. So we go out in the street, and based on how much money we have, we buy meals at KFC. Just like how many people go and they buy stuff on that day. Of course, we know that people are fed generally by the Ministry of I think Desmond McKenzie may be the head of that social works kind of a ministry. And so they do that, but we still add to that, and we go out and we just give to persons, not what you'd call people with mental challenges, but just people who the hardship of life have them out on the streets. And so when we get super stickers and super chats, we kind of save that to do two things: to buy equipment for the platform, and then to give back to communities. We also want to give out some gifts to kids as part of our work, and I know some of you are already pledged to be a part of that, so we appreciate that and look forward to partnering with you. We are hoping that it will be so big that we can get major sponsorship in doing this, and so it is something that we have different persons in different parishes who are doing it. All right, so that's what we'd really love. We'd really love that while we're doing it in the parish that we have other persons in Westmoreland, in Hanover, who are doing the same thing at the same time. And so if we can provide, say, 20 meals over 14 parishes, that's 280 persons that would have fed at least for a moment, and I think that is good. And at the same time, if we can find 20 kids, underprivileged kids, to give gifts to in 14 parishes, that's 200 kids that will be helping. And again, I think that's a big step, and so you can always be a part of that. It's very difficult to do it through some of the donations, because there's a percentage of our donation that goes back to YouTube in terms of what they take out. So you can reach out to us and let us know. All right, big up Stefano William Simis. Bless up yourself. It's a big up all of the Russians. Them bless up every time to you, my friend. So once you come on, we ask you to hit the like button, to subscribe, and to share. All right, we really, 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 really would appreciate that. All right, would really appreciate that if you'd subscribe and share. All right, listen, Troy, Sir Malcolm, here's what you have to do. You see, sometimes with the videos them have some audio, and if we do the audio part, you understand me, it causes problem. I wonder if I can play this one.
Yeah, man, this is Ed Robinson. Yeah, you hear me? Come true.
All right, so I'm going to drop this video because it don't look like it have no. You understand me? I'm going to play this video for the Russies Brosis so you can see what is happening. Because sometimes I have to be careful of them with the audio, All right, so I'm going to let the people see what's going on, so they can support the venture, because we have a big show coming up, big show coming up. Dapper, Sir Whitmore, Mr. Gold, Mr. Christie, Mr. Ferguson, Mr. Morgan, Mr. Bersha Cole. I hope all of you, Suley McCullough, Daniel Green, I hope all of you listening to this video, because this is from Mount Pleasant, One request me about Mount Pleasant, All right, so let's do this, people. Tell me if you're hearing and you're seeing what's going on.
Yeah, man, this is Ed Robinson. And you hear me? Come through December 13th, 2024, which is next week, Friday. Seeing? Don't miss this one, Rossi's Brosis presents a black tie gala dinner dance. All right, so you know, say a fun thing. So come through. This is at the Jubilee Ballroom, 12345 Pembroke Road in Miramar, Florida. Seeing it's a Florida vibes. All right, come through, make we have some fun. And it's a great cause. All right, proceeds is in need of Rossi's High School and the Colin Miller Sports Complex. Don't miss this one, yeah. Ed Robinson did it. And you know, say anywhere with it, have straight fun. All right, come through. Come through, make we have some fun. And it's a great cause.
You hearing it, people? When I hear it? When I see it? You hearing doubles? I want to say me hearing doubles. All right. So let me play it again, you know. I want to make sure I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is Ed Robinson. And you hear me? Come through December 13th, 2024, which is next week, Friday. Seeing? Don't miss this one, you know. Rossi's Brosis presents a black tie gala dinner dance. All right. So you know, say a fun thing. So come through. This is at the Jubilee Ballroom, 12345 Pembroke Road in Miramar, Florida. Seeing? It's a Florida vibes. All right. Come through, make we have some fun, and it's a great cause. The proceeds is in need of Rossi's High School and the Colin Miller Sports Complex. Don't miss this one, yeah. Ed Robinson did it. And you know, say anywhere with it, have straight fun. All right. Come through. Boom.
All right. Can't see here no doubles the second time around, you know. No doubles, not in there. So I don't know. Maybe not listening to two different things, you know. All right. So, but before I get into the Mount Pleasant thing and the Cavaliers versus Messi Inter, which is Inter Miami, and the field schoolboy football season, let me just say this, right? Just a couple of things. West Indies defeated Bangladesh in the third test. They chased over 300 and odd runs. Django got a century, the second West Indian cricketer to make a century and debut. The only other one is Desmond Haynes, who did it, right? So big up to Django. He played for the Jamaica team in franchise cricket in the T20 when there was from Trinidad and Tobago, St. James, Fatima College, Port-au-Prince, all of them places. So big up to Django and his accomplishment. All right, bless up. Now, hey, listen, Mr. Prime Minister, Minister of Works, I think you're on the Ministry of, I think Darrell Vaz, probably over that Ministry of Transportation, or whoever in charge of roads, Stephen Shaw at NWA, all of these people, National Road Agency, all of these people. More talk to now. So now, people may raise an issue that is it is bad, it's only going to get worse. All right. So now, as you know that, well, me leaving in a not going to be here in a very short time, but with it, you know, the parish are sent on. Let's put it that way. And today to leave from Richmond, you know where Richmond is, right? Down with the plantation with them of them. To leave from Richmond to get into the town of Ocherius is normally 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Today, to get to Ocherius from Richmond is 2 hours and 25 minutes. I could have fly go to Florida and drop off something, reach back at the airport, and on a flight to come back to Jamaica. To come back at the same 2 hours and 15 minutes, boss. If you work that 4 hours and 30 minutes minimum of your day, and it's not in the center of the holiday yet. And this issue, the Chamber of Commerce and the municipal corporate, everybody needs to deal with it. I'm going to tell you why I say that needs to be dealt with. It is St. Anne is growing. In recent years, even in the last 6 months, the amount of buildings out by Draxal. Draxal, for example, has become a new town, a brand new town. You think about it, supermarket, car mart, car center, the football field, KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Starbucks, brand new courts, Total Tools, so many, business on top of business in Draxal. On the same road, you have Draxal Estate, Draxal Manor. You have down by the beach, down by, I don't forget the name of that one, all the way down by the beach, a next community built. You have the community up on the hill, gated community just built. You have the one down, you have Richmond. You have the 2 parts of Richmond. You have the 3 parts, the 4 parts of Richmond now. G's and P's. You have the next one right below Richmond. There's so many stuff being done. Right? So many housing developments and businesses using the same thoroughfare. So people going to the airport now are missing flights. Missing flights. It should not in these modern times. I ask somebody, deal with Mr. Matthew Samudia, the new member of parliament in the year. Do something, boss. It cannot continue. It cannot. Worse, when one of the cruise ship them in town, like today, it's a bottleneck. And remember, a lot of the schools are out. Imagine if you had school and the ship came in with all of these problems. So how you have a brand new town being built? Because remember, a lot of the places are not occupied yet, You have 2 new plazas. You have the Knutsford Express out there, the courier service, the bus service. You have a plaza right there. You have the plaza with the courts. Them have them one plaza. And you have 2 other plaza built. Beside that, you have the car mart on the right, the car mart on the left. You have the next plaza with the Chinese restaurant. You have the plaza boot gas station. And nothing is being done to change the road network. Better we do some ferry. And make the ferry pick up the people them in them car from right out of St. Anne's Bay and bring them a Ochi and make them come off of the ferry with them car. This cannot continue. People not going to move going anywhere. There's nowhere for people to drive now. And if you know from St. Anne to, if you know from Richmond to Ochi, the only shortcut, I know the ocean. That is the only shortcut. So please, somebody, do something. Do something about this. Please do something about this. Because it is going to get, them have all a concert that come up with Buju Banton, like all them thing there. Glad me not go there still. Back foot, me probably go there still. Me not to know me go there. But when them thing there, it might as well not leave your yard. Like if I was going to the concert, would I walk? I would have just walk go down there. Nathan can't help it. Nathan get this can't help with the road, man. It's a serious problem. You take this thing for a joke, Simon. You have the people them exiting the highway. I mean, say it's not only St. Anne. Where else? Boss, where else a brand new town is being built? I am telling you, a brand new town. It's like how you have like half a tree. Just imagine you just took half a tree and you brought everything round the clock right there. So you understand me? Half a tree road, Constant Spring Road. What is that? Hope Road. All of those. Imagine you took all of those things and dropped them in Draxal. That is what is happening. There's no bypass. Me tell you, the only bypass is to drive in the sea. Well, not to drive, to sail in the sea. Either they're going to have to get some ferry or we're going to have to cut some road across the sea. But it cannot work. People are missed flight. So right now, you better fly from here and Fleming. And go to Miami and book a flight from Miami because to get to Montego Bay right now, if you have a 12 o'clock flight, you better leave your yard from all 4 o'clock in the morning to reach at the airport for 12 p.m. I kid you not, because it got through a bare traffic. But at least I know the building bypasses in Montego Bay. But I don't see any work. I don't see anything happening in St. Ann to suggest that anything is being done. You're going to have to fly from Ian Fleming or fly into Ian Fleming. I'm telling you, if you have anything and you need to move fast, it don't make no sense you go Montego Bay. What? Stefano tell me say no, it'll take 4 hours to take tourists from Montego Bay to Negril because of Hanover. Really? I never even did know that. See it? Same thing. See our next place here. We have to do better with the road network, man. We can't expand with all of these businesses and we not expand the road network. It's crazy. Just have you have an airport in St. Ann now, you know. Well, St. Mary still, but St. Ann people them claim it. You understand me? Flights coming in every single day. Every day. Nice. Easy for go through. Nice airport. Check it out, people. I don't promote them still, yeah, but check it out. Yeah. Too much traffic. Too much traffic. I remember now, you know, I'm not talking about a time when people came on trips. Imagine now when the trips, because, you know, St. Ann is really one of these places, like, because of the highway, it's a bottleneck. When the people coming out of Kingston, coming down here, I'm telling you, for most events that used to keep in Montego Bay are being kept in St. Ann now. So, works out of the people, man. Come on, man. We can't continue like this for 2025, man. We just give up. I give up on anything happening for the festive season. Right? I give up on anything happening for the festive season. So let's just do something. The traffic during school time, Duckland, from 8:30, when there's a ship, you can't leave, like to leave out of Ocherius on a ship there from 8:30. And when I say from 8:30, between Ocherius and Richmond, it is like that right throughout the day. Right throughout the day. Right throughout the day. Right throughout the day. I'm telling you. So a lot of people now, they must have work from home because them can't get it. By the time they get into Ocherius, either they're going to get to work at 7 o'clock for 9 o'clock job. These are the things that are happening. And people just make up their mind that, listen, them kids have to do everything at their offices. Because when them leaving work with them kids, them not reach them until 7, 8 o'clock at night time. How do we? How would they prevent the traffic though? That's what I'm saying, that maybe nothing can for the festive season. But I have two proposals. You have to build some roads. And what that means is you're going to have to widen the road network. But these people are building plazas in the places where the road network could have been widened. So how are they going to widen the road? Because plazas, I mean the whole place. I don't know when the last time I have been into this Jaxal area. It's like the new half-tree. So the choice is you get ferry from Senans Bay, people drive them cars on the ferry, and them going to Ochi, and the car drive off. I would take that option. Well, it don't matter. And when you go to Ochi Town, you just park. Because Ochi Town, you know, Ochi Town, hey, I don't know, yeah, man. I don't know. I think somebody have to see it. You see, unless you're going to the airport or you're coming from the airport, you're not going to believe what I'm telling you. You're not going to believe that you could leave if you know where Richmond is to Orcharius, that it takes today 2 hours and 15 minutes to get to Orcharius. You have to experience it to really believe that it is true. Because a lot of people don't believe it. Only somebody from Senton somebody else could come and tell you. Well, ask them, call them and ask them, what was the traffic like today to get into Orcharius from out of St. Anne's Bay, Priory, Richmond, Draxall, those areas. Thank you, Patrick Riley. Somebody else. Yeah, man, yeah, seriously. And I'm not even talking about Orchard Town, because this is not in the town, because it don't make no sense you're going to St. Anne's Bay town. It don't make no sense you're driving Orchard Town. Right? So you park over by the park, or if you have your office space, you park there and you walk in Orchard Town. So when I'm at my office, I walk. It don't make no sense you drive. Because driving anywhere is just to go around in the circle, because everything is in a circle in Orchard. Main Street is just a circle. So to get to anything, to get back to your place, you have to go around, you have to go in a circle. And to complete that circle after any sort of transaction you do, it's too much time, better you walk out the circle. All right? So, yeah, Simon know what I'm talking about, man. Big up yourself, Simon. Yeah. All right? So that's number one. I had to touch that. All right. Second thing I want to speak about is Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant. So yes, I just saw like Kemar Lawrence signed for, I think, Westchester, a new team that is going to be playing in the USL. All right, good. Don't know what the kind of pay is, but I think like one of the things that would help to raise the profile of the local league, right? These players who are out of contract and saying they should come back to Jamaica and play in the league. It's like what Haka did, Javon Watson did. I think we need to have more of these players who, at the end of their like contract, if they are free agents, to come back into Jamaica. I think if they came back to Jamaica, I mean, obviously clubs would have to be able to afford them. And they come and they play like at Mobile United, the Mount Pleasant, the Portmore, the Harborview. I think it will raise the stocks in the league and the quality of the league because of their experience overseas. So, okay, Stefano is saying that this was brought up previously in a discussion on TVJ. Okay, didn't hear it still, but that's good to know that it's being discussed, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you like a retirement league, I don't think. Yeah, isn't it Westchester? I think he was signed. I think it's Westchester that he signed for now. Kemar Taxi Lawrence. I think I have it right here. Let me see. I could be wrong, but I will check it to make sure. But it's I think it is, but I can check to make sure. All right. Yeah, Westchester. Yeah. Yeah. So USL League One, not even the championship. So it's lower than the championship. It is in the League One. I don't know what the compensation is like salary, like what salary is getting. But I think, for example, if Kemar Lawrence were playing at Harborview or at Portmore or at Mount Pleasant, it would raise the stocks of those teams, right? In the same way, I think I know that Corberg, a little younger, but Corberg, for example, he just he's out of contract. He was not re-signed by the New York Red Bulls. He may have other options, but I'm thinking I remember there was a time when he was at Portmore United before he made his move overseas. I'm just thinking and this is one of the things I would love Mount Pleasant to do. If Mount Pleasant coach Theodore Whitmore, he used to coach him, give a call, man. Give a call. Mr. Christie, Paul Christie from the era in St. Catherine. Give him a call, no, man. And see if Corberg could come play for Mount Pleasant, me I tell you. And just play in a way that if something comes up overseas, you understand, it would benefit you because he would be moving. But he's at the club and he might get a nice, make him the highest paid player. Make a big thing out of it and Corberg come in and take. You understand me? Yeah. But I don't know, you understand me? But maybe It's something that could be done. You have an ex-player like Javan East. I don't know how his contract is, but imagine Javan East coming back to play in the league at Portmore that he used to play, and then you have Corberg, and then you have, like, if we can find some of these players who are at the tail end of their careers overseas and can come back in Jamaica, I think it will raise the stats of the local league. It will lift the quality of it, right? Yeah. You understand me? Yeah, man. What you mean? Man is going to beat Stets and go to the final of the U16. Thank you. Yes. Hey, people. Manning's like, watch it, you know. Watch it, you know, people. Change is coming at Manning's. I will be there next year. May I take a year and give to them, you know. Watch this. You see this team? Under 16 champions again. Watch it. All right? Big up Daniel for the update. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I'm not saying no is the time. But I just believe, like, it's like how Messi came back to MLS, and all of these players came in, and it has lifted the profile of the MLS. I think if we can get some of the players, like, I feel like if players like Peter Lee Vassell, if some of these guys who are struggling, if clubs out here can afford them, and you have, like, say, every year they get like 5 of them to bolster the league, I think it would help. I just feel like it would help. So I'd love for Mount Pleasant to shoot after Corberg. Like, people, not literally like shoot. All right, let me to go after Corberg to see if they can entice him. To see if they can entice him to come and play at Mount Pleasant. Because USL One not paying more than $2,000 or $2,500, you know, at most, you know. In League One, in the USL League One, you know. I'm very sure that clubs in Jamaica can probably play a one player. There are certain clubs, Mobile United probably can play a one player. Just like Owen Garden is back, and you realize how it has lifted the profile of Mobile United. Owen Garden, you know, has changed the profile of Mobile United. And I think if, like I said, Portmore can get a player like that at their club, it would change things. If yo, me I tell you, but I love Mount Pleasant do that. Yeah. Yeah. I think if Taxi came to the JPL, and even if Harborview could have him, it would change the whole profile of Harborview. I think just by his presence, more people would come. And with Harborview, imagine right now if even Malik Foster, yeah, well, Gardner and Brown, Malik Foster came back to he was at Portmore. You understand me? I think it changes something. I remember when Daniel Green came back from Vietnam, that the people at Senton wanted to go and watch him say, yo, Daniel Green, come back. There's a buzz that it brings for a moment. And I think like players like Corberg and the Javan Eats and these guys, in the same way, I believe, and some of these players are doing well enough. They are doing well, so I'm not asking them to leave good contracts. I'm talking about when they're out of contract and, you know, probably trying to search and they're trying to find something to do. Brian Brown as well, because he has been doing well this season. Find something to get going and get their career back on track and sing. Like I think like L.A. Lewis, I don't know what his MLS status is, but if L.A. Lewis came back to the league and be at Portmore, I think it would be a good look for Portmore. And like I said, that you have to be able. No, but Jason, there are players, Jason, there are players getting that kind of money in the JPL, you know. And that is why I'm saying that you can't have like 5, 10 players, but you have to be able to find one player where you can. There are players getting 2.5 and 2,500. 2,000 US a month, you know, in the league, you know, and 1,000 US and 1,500 US in the league. That's what I'm talking about. Players get that. 1,000 US, 2,500 US is not 1.5. That's like 300,000 or 320,000, 340,000, something like that. I never said 20,000 a month, you know. Jason. So I don't know. How you get that figure? How you get that figure, Jason? Take that off, you know, because I don't want the people them beat Calabar Virgin, you know. Oh, no, man. No, what kind of per week? No, man, them MLS, man, the USL 1 players are not getting 2,500 a week, boss. Them not get that a week, man. No, man, them not get that a week, man. So that is what I think. So, Mount Pleasant, that is what. The other thing that I'd love Mount Pleasant to do, there's a Haitian player. He plays a real hope. Johnson, I think his name is, number 10. Mount Pleasant. It's a January. We don't need to buy the player there. If that player comes to Mount Pleasant in January, by the time you get to the next Caribbean Club Championship, you're winning it. That is the kind of signing that changes the whole thing. Yeah, man, because we did get steps to beat, you know, and we draw 2-2. Beat them, you know. Gone back at the final because we were in the final last, and we are win the final here, you know. Yeah, Clarendon College versus Manning under 16 final. Speed is the next one as well. Yeah. Yes, sir, Jason. They're not selling him until they're using him in the Champions Cup in January. No, Jason said that they're not selling that player from Real Hope. I think he's a very good player for Mount Pleasant. I think Mount Pleasant gets him, it changes everything. But although the team has been playing well enough, they have been playing some very good football. I like the way they're passing the ball around, you know? But I think the league need to look at that, and maybe it's something that the JPL, Mr. Owen Hill need to look at. All right, so there you go. Speedy has been let go by Colorado, signed with Lexington to play with Amal Knight as they are moving up to the USL Championship this season. Okay. Just a thought. So let me know. But like I said, if we can get 5 of these players to come into the league, just like I said before, Ravel went over into the league in Saudi Arabia, I believe he's at. I think if he came and just played like for 6 months in the JPL, whichever team, it would have changed the whole profile of the league. And I think this is where, like the league sponsors or the leaders of the league should have looked up at capitalizing on something like that. Like you get one of these big players, you know, that's something that I think is big time. Big time, because there's a profile that certain players bring that, like I tell people, whether you like him or not, Craig Butler and the Phoenix players in the league changes the profile of the league, because everybody wants to beat Craig Butler and Craig Butler wants to beat everybody. So even if you don't like him, he has added something extra to the league this season. One said the Calvary has arrived for Cavaliers. No, when I said that the Calvary has arrived for Cavaliers, I mean that their Calvary has arrived for their next fixture against Cavaliers. It is the first time 2017 Clarendon hasn't lost any titles. That speaks volume of their youth football program. I don't. I don't understand that one. Yeah. All right. The Cavalry versus the Cavaliers. That's a good one. All right. DW is asking a very good question. Does that align with the league mandate? The league wants to be a selling league. Yeah. So if you raise the profile of the league by adding these players, then more people will want to watch the league, and it will make the quality of the other players better. Because I believe these players will bring a level of professionalism and a higher quality, because most of them are former national players. Because I think the league don't really, the league don't really have a superstar right now. You know, if you say superstar in the league, you'd say the Cavaliers team or it's a team, but there are not many individual players that you can highlight or spot out and say this is a legit superstar in the league. Like, you can look at the league and say this man, probably with the exception of Richard King, you can't look around the league and say this player deserves a spot in the senior squad. You can't even say there is this under 17 player that deserves a looking out of the league. So the league, it needs an oomph, and I think like you need to bring in quality of this nature from into the league, and also to bring in quality from across the Caribbean in the league as well. Yeah, well, Turtleman is there, and like I said, players like Gordon and Brown at Mobile United has really turned the profile of Mobile United around. So now, if you look at Mobile for the last couple of years compared to this year, the Mobile United fans are following the team even more now, and people know that this is not a joke team anymore. And I think that plug needs to be in the league across it. Like, who is the biggest profile? For example, this won't happen. If Whisper, for example, right? If Whisper, as an example, were to come to play in the JPL, say that Chelsea say, all right, you're running something there, just let him work for the next with you for the next 2-3 months at Veer Phoenix. I just hypothetically speaking, you know that would do something so significant to the league. It's not gonna happen, but that kind of profile will shift stuff in the league. All right, I have to big up this one. Listen, this is Leighton. Remember I think last week I was speaking about Leighton. Leighton really, really appreciate this, but I don't know. Yeah. All right, this has to do with the work that we have to do on Boxing Day, feeding the street people. So big up yourself, Leighton, always contributing towards that every year he does, and he has done it now. So big up yourself. And this is an next person who, from YouTube, and some of you don't know this because he doesn't call in a whole lot or show his face, but from YouTube, right? Here's what Leighton did. Leighton, we made some contact, and now he works with the senior female team and the junior teams in terms of scouting players in the USA. So big up yourself. And so, come on, people. We need some hand clap for the man, you know, because you understand me. First super sticker for the day, a significant one. He has covered, he has done like $10 for every person. All right, $1 for every person, or $2 for every person in the comment section. So big up, Leighton. Really appreciate it. And thanks for supporting the effort as usual. Yes, sports that journey. Bless up yourself. All right, let me yell up some people. Z-Man, bless up yourself as well. All right, I said Jason Buna was here. Omar Fowling, bless up yourself. All right. Yeah. Big up some more people. Yeah. All right. Speedy might be closer. Daniel, big up. Oh, big up. Christopher Wright, bless up yourself, you know. You see, I think Maggie should get playing before the March window if he's thinking to make the squad. USA start around the same time. Oh yeah, maybe, but aren't there some friendly games that was spoken of? So maybe they are going to have friendly games. I think Mr. Speed did speak about that they're trying to arrange friendly games for the team, using local and USL players and MLS players. He said that on the radio program that he was on, and also on this program as well. So I think like he may be able to play some football and be seen by the coach, and find a way of keeping himself fit, which is important. All right. Now, some of you people saying that Messi not coming to Jamaica. Of course, Messi coming to Jamaica. I want Cavaliers to first. I want the first game to be played in Miami. One, they're gonna have a lot of Jamaican support watching them. That's one. Right? That's one. I soon get to schoolboy football, Stefano. One. So, one, all right, I'm going to take this and get to the schoolboy. One, I think they need to play away and either tie the game or win the game, which I think is possible. Because this old Inter Miami team going to have a hard time keeping up with these young players at Cavaliers. And then they come to Jamaica. That means they have to win the game in Jamaica to go through, which means that Messi going to have to come, because without Messi, they're not going to win. And you will not know that Messi not coming. And talking about Messi don't want to play on the national scale, they make him don't play, no? You mean really, Presser? You mean? Of course, Cavaliers can beat Inter Miami. Miami is an old team, boss. Is Inter Miami an old team? What are you saying really about? There you go, Jason Guna. And I think if Cavaliers tie the game, you don't think why you don't think Cavaliers can go over there and tie the game? Uno don't trust Cavaliers or rate Cavaliers. Inter Miami did not look good in MLS, boss. Inter Miami don't look good. They are reliant on Messi, boss. They don't have a lot of pace, boss. All right. Anyway, Presser, you soon can call in and tell me, management, I'm going to sound like a broken record. But what do you think Busy needs to improve to get a look at the national? And listen, you know that I think he's a player that should be looked at. But here's the issue now. I feel like Busy have some sort of injury that he always seems to can't finish a game. I need to see him finishing some games. I think that is the problem. He needs to start finishing some games. So whatever the injury is, it needs to be dealt with. If he needs rest, he needs to take it. If he needs surgery, he needs to take it. And when this whole thing comes up with these friendly games, he needs to prove himself in those games that he's worthy of a spot in this team, boss. But I think he's a very good player. He's a very, very good player. I like him as a youngster, but I feel like there's a niggle somewhere. There is a injury somewhere. Boss, winning the regular season don't mean that they look good, boss. The team is reliant, as you know. All right, don't worry yourself, because they may not even reach. Because remember, they have to play sport in Kansas City. So having the most points don't mean them look the best. I believe like LA Galaxy lost 3 games this season. I think, to me, LA Galaxy looked a better team when I watched them. To me, Columbus also looked a quality team. When I look at those teams, I watch a few games of Columbus. I watch a few games of LA Galaxy. And they look like a class team to me. Maybe he's a coach, I don't know. You understand me? But DV said he hasn't played in the early rounds in since joining Inter. So maybe, let's see. But they have to get past Sporting Kansas as well. Boss, I did not say that remember, I'm not arguing that they won the league, the regular season. I'm not arguing that they are the most points. What I'm saying is that the teams that look more cohesive to me, more balanced to me, were Columbus and LA Galaxy, boss. Boss, what this one talking about? Did you know that Cincinnati last year won MLS, boss? Cincinnati last year was a big side, boss. So what are you talking about? And Cavaliers was ranked very low. It's a different Cavaliers team now, boss. Come on, man. So who said that? Yeah, you have a different argument. Who said that Inter Miami is not ahead of? You see, people have a conversation. Hold on. People have a conversation. Presser, you're having a conversation that I don't have. Did I say Cavaliers is ahead of them? I don't need to be ahead of you to beat your boss. I don't need to be ahead of you to beat you. On the day, many people said Cibao is ahead of them. Didn't they win Cibao over 2 legs? It's 2-leg, boss. 2 legs are the thing. And what matters is on that day. And when you have it like this, boss, Inter Miami could be the overall better team and way ahead in terms of the quality of player, and Cavaliers get a goal over there and come and tie in Jamaica, boss. That's what I'm talking about. That's how football is. You mean if Cibao aside? And anyway, me not want to follow you because I can't manage that, Before the game, I like both, but I saw what Vanny did in Toronto up close. Very good coach. all right, JF, because we know you're there, lurking in the background. Big up yourself. Watch out, 433. Press ahead, because you understand me. We make the Lions of Red Hills Road run out by you. I hear that, presser. Lions of Red Hills Road. Oh, careful there, presser. They will run out of the air. But too low quality team. Yeah. So I think like I'm not writing them off. You understand me? It will be also. It is not during the heat of the season. It's not in the heat of the season. Yeah. Or so fitness and conditioning could also be a factor as well. You understand me? That is critical and important to look at, right? Yeah. Da 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 da. All right. 30. The Galaxy. That may I tell you, man. Yeah. All right. Cavaliers is different this year. A couple of reasons. I think because they don't have I would say a couple of things. One, I think the coach has gotten better out of the experience. The players who are there, they have gotten better based on the experience. I think even their attacking players, right? I think the dynamics of them, I think they are more clinical in front of goal. I think King has grown as a player in the center back. And so because he has younger players and the coach of younger players, I think they are buying in to the coach's philosophy, right? I think they understand this year that trying to go toe to toe with these teams is not the way to go. Play, and their coach always says this: meta, most effective tactic available. So I don't have to win. What I don't want to do is lose. So I'm going to apply the necessary tactics to get something out of the game away. So I stand a chance of going through. I think those things are showing their growth. Their travel arrangements were different. Their planning around the game, the off the field things are also important. So I think they stand a chance. So suppressor. So Cincinnati never win nothing last year. What did Inter win this year? So Cincinnati never win anything last year. So that's one. What did Inter win this year? I don't know that it wasn't around, but grand people learn. Oh, okay. So I left off the cup. So the cup, they won the cup. Irish Sports. The court said that access to science was the main difference last time. Did Cavaliers close that gap? They said that. He talked about all of those things about, just the feedback, getting the analysts on to scout the team that they're going to play, look at their players, see what they're doing. He spoke about all of those things, which he didn't have access to last time around. Like people, let me tell you this, right? I am not here saying that Cavaliers is a bigger team than Inter Miami. All right? So I don't want anybody to misrepresent me. I didn't say that. I am not telling you that MLS is this at the level of the JP or JP. I'm not having that discussion. I am saying that given what they were able to do this year, because last year they went to the finals and they lost with what people would consider a better team. This year they went to the final and they won with younger players and people would say a lesser team. Therefore, there are other things that they have done that have brought them the success, and credit must be given to them for that. So it is based on that. I am saying that they can beat Inter Miami. It is possible. So if you don't think it is possible, then that is fine, I believe it is possible. Will it be easy? Will they score 6 on them? Will they score 10 on them? No. But I think it is possible. I think it is possible because of the things that the coach has said and where the players are at. It's okay for you to not believe that. Do you know what blasphemy mean, boss? All right? Anyways, people, because they know so we're not stay too long, but we are going to be strong. I need to come to schoolboy football. So, Manning Cup was won by Kingston College. Walker Cup was won by Mona. Ben Francis was won by Stets. And the Costa Cup was won by Garvey Maceo. And Champions Cup was won by Glenmore. So 5 cups at the senior level of schoolboy football, won by 5 different teams. I took some time to go back over the games. And honestly, I am not impressed with the games. I'm not. I think this year, I feel like it was number one. Let me give you some of the reasons. Let me just do it this way. Number one, I think there were too many issues with ISA players and schools this season. And I think it spoiled the league. Or it spoiled the competition. And these matters must be dealt with so they don't have them repeating themselves next season. I think the weather throughout the season, especially at the back end of the season, and the fields that they use for the finals and semifinals made play very poor. Number 3, I cannot identify any legitimate stars coming out of the league. I may be wrong, but somebody needs to tell me. I don't see a young player that I could look and say, yo, this player, like last year there were conversations about Kyle Dixon should be in the national team or not. At the season before, people were saying Whisper should be in the national team or not, kind of a thing. So when Maggie and those guys, they always had that. There is no player that I have seen that has wowed me to the point where I said that, listen, this one is big. This one is good. This one should be there. But there are some decent players. There are some decent players at Kingston College. There are some foreign nationals in the league. There are some decent players at Jamaican College. I think that Plateau Pier striker guy, Thick, look decent. The Dylan John guy look decent. Mona have some decent players. Some of them play in the Premier League. Garden and Carlton Brown, decent players, right? You understand me? Ochi has Reed, decent player. Frome has Spence, decent player. Mannings have Javin Williams, decent player. Glenn Moore have some decent player in their ranks as well. So you can go through and find players. I believe a couple players at Excelsior as well. St. Catherine has some decent players. I just found out about a goalkeeper, Jonathan Grant, that is tops. Stets have a Trinian, some decent players here. Monroe have a Grenadian down there who did well this season. So spread out across the league, you'll find some players. But I don't know, somebody saying that Spence from Frome. But when it mattered, I didn't see Spence putting in those performances. Like, I didn't see that. I didn't see the quality of football. And I'm going back to, I remember, for example, let me tell you my time of watching the football, because I've seen some team plays. I saw Rossi's team, for example, and on that Rossi's team, you had like Ainsworth Carr, you had Socrates Christie, right? You have Fogarty. Like that was not a normal team, you know. Those are 3 players who went right into Premier League, right into national programs, and did well. You had a Tivoli team that had Barsi and Chemo Dread. That team, players went right into Tivoli, right into the Premier League, right into starting, right into making differences, right into youth programs, and did well. Talking about like the Charlie Smith team with the Cornell Ching Su and the Everton Bunzi and the Eugene Barnes and the Kwame Richardson and Tyreek Garnett, I think his name. When you look at, right? When you look at those teams, you look and you see like legitimate stars coming out. When you go back to even that Dunoon team with Bumpy and Ramsey and these guys, bam! I'm talking about a team that had several players that when you talk about football now, you still talk about them. There's no player out of Manning Cup last year that we're talking about this year in the Premier League, you know. Tell me one. Tell me a player in the last 2 years who came out of schoolboy football that we are discussing in the JPL. Tell me one. Somebody give me a name. A player that came out of schoolboy football that we're discussing now in the JPL as a quality player. Give me a name. King stopped playing more than 2 years now, man. Cohen, no, man. Cohen not going on with nothing in JPL, man. People, me cannot call everybody, I know everybody name it, but me call Rabino Gardner, man. and Carlton Brown. I call Rabino Garden and Carlton Brown. I did call them. Speed never called Garden for being at the national team. Clarendon has some big set. So, Romeo Newman, you call the Clarendon man then, man. Read in Europe and trial. But Reed don't set the thing there alight, man. Like, we don't have no side conversation, man. Stick to what I ask. I'm not asking, boss. I'm not dismissing players going to Europe. What I'm saying is that tell me the players who have come out of schoolboy football in the last 2 seasons that when we're discussing, right? All the star moves. All right. So tell me, what are the discussions we having about Adrian Reed now? Seeing that he's one of the stars that came up. Because Adrian Reed was really not a star in the league. Adrian Reed was at St. George's. Come on. We don't get up every day and talk about Adrian Reed and what he's doing. We're not seeing him. We don't get up. Zimenez is back here. We don't talk about Zimenez. You're going back to Kaim Paris, man. You're going back too far, man. Listen to the question again. Tell me the player. Tell me the player. In the last 2 years. Lord have mercy. So hold on there. And if you ask, so Mr. Speed was saying that Rabino Garden is, because he play right back. Rabino Garden is Cafu. And Christopher Ainsworth is Roberto Carlos. That's not what Mr. Speed was saying, sir. And he said it on this program. And I know that him does say. Didn't we see Christopher Ainsworth in the under 20 boss? And Christopher Ainsworth really left out of school because he never even did school last year. He never even played schoolboy football. And he was not a star. Rabino Garden. And I'm saying that they are good players. What I'm saying is that when Pele and those guys came into the league, every week people are talking about them. When Milton Griffiths came into the Premier League and the Fogarty and the Ainsworth car and these guys, people are talking about them because they were making a serious impact in the league. Right. So what Speed was saying is that they have the potential. I believe they have the potential. I can tell you, even Xavier, the guy, Xavier, the one at George's, the Rastafarian, they have the potential. Ainsworth have the potential. Reed have the potential. Barrett have the potential. All of these guys have the potential. But what I'm saying that I need to see it because the players who had, when Steve Green came into the league, him started making a difference. When Bibi came into the league, when Irvino English and Damian Powell and all of these guys, when Andre Hicklin and Damian Williams and these guys came out of schoolboy football and came into the league, when Bumpy came out of schoolboy football, played under 21 at Constant Spring, top goal scorer same way, went to Portmore, started winning, started being the man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, there is potential. But I'm talking about we need to start seeing that. And that is why I believe the football system is failing because it's not about player development anymore. It's about winning competition. I believe earlier, a lot of it was about individually developing the players. But here's what is happening now because academies are good enough. But here's what. The coaches used to provide this development for free in the school. So they would spend a lot more time developing the players. Right now, everybody want to win the competition. So nobody now spend time to develop. And then you have all of them now connected to academies. So what is happening is that if the youth them can't afford to go to the academies, the coach not spend enough time with them in the school to develop them. Except that the coach want to win the league. That is the point I'm making, you know. And I also think like a lot of what happened in the league this year, Ray Graham, Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. I think when you used to have like the Jackie Walters and you understand me, those people from back in the days, and even Liebert Halliman and Big Carl and them people that in the league coaching, even Jeremy, there was a lot more time spent in the school by the coaches. But now the coaches them have 4 or 5 jobs. Them not have no time. What them do is that them just say, all right, this is the system we play. You play and they play within the system, and the players are not being developed. So when you pull them out and you look at them, they don't have the requisite quality. So they are trying to come to the JPL so they can, they can get fixed up. I want you to think about it. I know one coach that he coaches the Dakar Cup team. He coaches an intercal team. Him coach a Premier League team. Him part of the teaching part of the coaching courses, right? And he coach a business house team. No, man. All right. So what I'm saying, no, Rob, I understand your point, But what I'm saying is that, fine, I will give you Dixon. I'll even give people Whisper, right? Because they were legit stars. I'm not denying that. They were a legit star. Remember what Zimenez was not Zimenez was, I think when Zimenez came back and played for JC, a lot of people were disappointed. And I'm not even saying a coach should have one job. But what I know is that these men back in the days, back in the days when you have the Russies, Emerson Diggy Henry and Anthony Fallis Williams and these people, when Wendell Donzel was coaching, these men were at the school every single day spending hours with the players. Hours on top of hours with the players. Nowadays, they don't have that. All right. So I hear what people are saying that, well, people have to do that because of the... And I'm saying, fine. So something is going to suffer. I want the coaches to make money, but that is at the expense of the development of the youth. Because really and truly, a lot of them youth are not ready for Premier League, man. They're not ready for the JPL. Much less. This is why they can't break into teams, and people are saying, why the clubs are not. You tell me, give me 2 names you saw this year that can walk into Mount Pleasant team from schoolboy football. Give me 2 names. And what position? Give me 2 names that can walk into the Arnett Gardens team. Give me 2 names that can walk in Portmore team. Give me 2 names that can walk right into the starting 11 of Mobile right now from outer Western Jamaica. Give me some name. Somebody keeps saying Watson. Who is Watson? Which Watson that? Glenmere? Orion Watson? Man, you must see mad, man. Orion Watson can walk in a Mount Pleasant team. We might talk about Orion. Orion Watson, listen, right now, Orion Watson would not probably start as a centre forward at JC. Boss, I'm telling you this. Mount Pleasant have a 15-year-old. When name Jamari Nolan. Talent that. 15-year-old. Orion Watson can't walk in a Mount Pleasant starting 11, boss. How would you... Orion Watson can't walk in a Garden starting 11. Orion Watson not going to start sometime for Glenmure. You're on the bench. No, man. Oh, no, I would say Orion... Listen, and he's a good footballer. Lord have mercy. Listen, people. People, the players are good. I said that already. So let's move past that. Let's move past whether the players are good or not. Now you tear down the player them. The player them good. I am saying, when I look at Orion Watson coming out of schoolboy football, compared to when Ricardo Fuller come out of schoolboy football, when Ainsworth Carr was coming out of schoolboy football, when I look at Orion Watson compared to when Kimo Jeddah come out of schoolboy football, Christopher Nicholas come out of schoolboy football, when I compare him to when Ryan Nelson come out of schoolboy football, when Milton Griffiths come out of schoolboy football, when Ray Graham come out of schoolboy football, boss, we could go on and on and on, but brother, they're not close, boss. That is what I'm talking about. And I'm saying that is, boss, Spence from Froome, big up Westmoreland. Spence not close to none of the name them when we call. The coaches them now spend enough time with you, them develop them, man. Come on, man. Make we not do that with the football, man. Or you go put Spence in a full of them, man, and them man, and Christopher Nicholson and them man, the class, man, and Ryan Nelson class, man. And Milton Griffiths class, man. And Winston Griffiths class, man. Make we not do that, man. Kevin Pella Wilson class, man. Make we not do that with the foot. No, make we not do that with the football, man. And the youth them good. You can't put them man there in a Faggoty class, man. And Socrates Christie's class. You can't put them on there. But them good. They are good players. Lots of potential. But there is a gap. The coach them need to spend more time with the youth them. Boss, if we are being real, you know. If you are being real, go back and watch the final with McGrath and Garvey Massey. What were some of the standout things they saw in that game, boss? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about quality of the game and the league. Garvey Massey versus McGrath. Let's talk about that. I would say Fuller wasn't all that in schoolboy football. I would just say that. RR, delete it. RR, delete that. RR, delete that fast. Nobody see it. RR, delete that. RR, delete the Ricardo Fuller comment. Nobody see that. No one, nobody here. Tell it. Delete the Ricardo Fuller. Delete the Ricardo Fuller. This is it. Yo, Conrad. Delete it fast. Yeah, man, but I did wisdom is it I did speak about. So for those of you who are joining, I did speak about out of the schoolboy football. Carlton Brown. I did call some of their names that they are good players. Cohen is a good player. I called some of the names. Jason Guna, tell him man when time Kimani Robinson come from out of Campion, man, a big baller, man. I'll Kimani Robinson from Campion. Tell them money I leave out of school. Them money people are saying, yo, them money have a national team and them kind of things that people are talking about. Yeah, all a brother name. Carlton, Carlington, Clark, Puppy Dog for old mass. Yeah, hear about them baller, the boss. Rose, when them money walk out of school, when Freddie Butler walk out of high school, boss, them money I say them money in a national team. That's what I'm saying, because them time they use them every single day, in season and out of season. The coaches used to spend more time with the players. And I'm thinking that that's part of the thing. The players are good enough. The players have a lot of potential. They have a lot of talent. But we have to find a way of dedicating more time to them in the earlier, from primary school. Because I can talk about me. It's a lot of football me playing. My son no play half as much football as me. Alton Jump, yeah, man. Kevin Deere Joycey. You understand what you're talking about, man? Dunstan Cohen, you know what? Who's free? Ricardo Fuller was a late bloomer, or Ricardo Fuller got injured in high school, boss? What you talk about? Dunstan Cohen played for Veer, so I don't know if he's still. But here's what you want to tell me. In the league right now, tell me the players who have come out of schoolboy football, and you say when you watch the league, for those of us who watch the league, and when you watch the league, you say, yo, yeah man, them you tell all the money in the league. I don't even know where excuse me, the Hodges. Where is Hodges? I don't even see Hodges. Anyways, call in and give me no thoughts, because I'm soon for running now. You understand me? Boss, you know realize when time Walter Boy come out of schoolboy football, I not want to call all Walter Boy name because so someone different. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And I really think like from early, more time. And the reason why I brought up this is that you see, because Mount Pleasant has cut down on their numbers, so they are spending more time with a smaller group of players. You can see even in Nolan's play that youth is big and ready. No man, Javin on the move. Javin on the move, Stefano. There you go, boss. There you go. That is it. Yeah, there you go, Jason. Every year we keep on saying that the ball of this and ball of this, and yeah, and after that, what happened? Very few of them. No, my son don't play as much ball as me. Big up Soldier. Mona number 10, 5, but we talk about the number. Amai Wilson, we spoke about the Mona number 10 because even Speed spoke about him, Rabino. Because Mona have Carlton Brown and Rabino. Rabino Garden, I think his name is. Yeah. But I think again, the coaching and the amount. Yeah. Yo. Moderator. See, there's a certain Jason Guna TV just put up a comment. Jason, you can delete that for me, sir. Delete that for me. You understand me? Delete that for me. No, but Jason Guna, you remember Kimani Robinson from Campion? Anybody know that player? Kimani Robinson from Campion. Anybody know that player? That man alone put Campion on the map, boss, in one season. Come on, man. People know time Kevin lay me and I read him. Or they Triple McDonald. Like those players when they came out, like there was something about them, like they were ready for the big time. Like I seen too many of the players coming out of school, they're not ready. DW, yeah man, anytime you're ready, DW man. I think we need to really talk about it because I listen, boss, I used to play football for hours. There were things like I used to have all of these little things that I used to, from tennis ball to the bigger side, and I used to move up. I started with tennis ball. I used to have to juggle tennis ball. Then I used to do 2 tennis ball. Then I get the size 2, size 3, size, all of those things. my son no plays half as much football as me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I think the sheer amount of hours I spent playing made me better. And that was all coaching moments. Coaching moments. Like every single day. Every single day. You're playing games. You're playing football. And I think, and again, like I'm saying, the coaching was available. So you keep on getting better. Yeah. So anytime you're ready, DW, man, just text me, man. He came from Uptown, though, so he was never going to get a chance at Jamaica. They say Uptown youth no good. You know that is true. A lot of time, I feel like people talk about overseas diaspora, but you know, see a lot of Uptown youth always get a knock when it come on to youth teams and them stuff. There, it's a serious thing in Jamaica. You know, Jamaica football is very funny. You know, a lot of youth, all this team name Real Mona, you know, them used to get decent franchise. I feel sometimes because I be Uptown youth, them used to play for Real Mona and them thing there, you know. Football funny in Jamaica, you know. People used to say those things, you know. You know? But then you have the Zedis who play for real, so you don't even know if it's a real thing or just an assumed thing, you know. If they say the most important age is 8 to 14 for technical development, we are missing the window. We need to discuss it, man. You're right, Amai Wilson. Alva Sport leave Da Costa Cup to the national team. That's what I'm talking about. We're not bringing through a lot of players like that. I'm telling you. Hector, right. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can get some more comment. I tell you, the Jamaica football is very funny. Say no more, Jason Good. Say no more. I observe Veer Phoenix. Where is it? RR says I observe Veer Phoenix coaches concentration cost them the SBF, the schoolboy football league this season. What say you, coaches? You say, you know what happened? I feel like a couple of teams were shortchanged, right? JC was hurt by some of the rules, some of the punishment, maybe some by their own fault. I think Dintil, maybe some of it is their own fault. They suffered. I think, like in Glenmuir, how compressed the last set of games were affected them as well. So I think some of those factors are real issues that affected the game. People come, oh my lord, me not G's and peace. Me almost reach I don't even I can't believe 59 likes. Oh my lord. I can't believe 59 likes. Oh my lord. I can't believe it. 59? Oh my lord. People hit the like button. Come on. 59 likes. We need 100 likes on the video. And again, big up to Leighton with a big contribution to our December outreach and Boxing Day to get food for street people and also to help with those help getting some toys for some kids who may not be able to get them. So big up to Leighton. Thank you so much. And the rest of you. Tomorrow is Super Friday. So if you're not prepared today, please make sure you come in tomorrow and give a contribution. I know some of you normally call and send it directly without going through this format. That is also understood. But if you feel comfortable using this, yeah, so go ahead. Yeah. There. Oh, Andrew Virtue was Uptown as well. Yeah. the Murray brothers weren't Omar Murray and them guys, but did they actually get into the national team? That is the next thing, you know. It's true, you know. A lot of the uptown youths don't really get into the national team. You know what? But it's only uptown, you know, because you have some man who come from country, family rich, you know, and they are like uptown in the country, and they don't get picked. Andy Williams is also uptown as well. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Andy Williams. Like Paul Young come from, you understand me? Country uptown to country uptown. I don't even want to say, let me say rural uptown. Don't want to get into the problems with anybody, you know. You understand? But they weren't necessarily like middle class or poor. The family had money and they still got into the team. But it's really true, you know. It's really true. Kari Stevenson is the next one. Well, I think Kari Stevenson, father, sometimes Stevenson, I feel like sometimes is maybe that affected his progress. I don't know, like if there were conflict, I don't know, but I feel like it's an issue that probably need to be looked at. It's an issue like, is it really true that a youth in the ghetto is better than I'm gonna give you a good one. How many players from Manchester, for example, make the national team? Because Manchester has always been viewed as like a upscale and Centre, you know. Very few players from Centre and Manchester really make Jamaica teams, you know, over the years, you know. It's not a lot. Elvam never ever played, really. So tell me some of the Manchester ballers that were regular in Jamaica national teams. It's not a lot. Even when last year, you just feel like certain man, them look a rich man, they understand, them look uptown boy, that kind of a thing. So it really is something that needs to be looked at. Is it kind of, you know, is get it, is that the real footballers come out of the ghetto? All right, Jason, here's what I know though. All right, I'm going to give you some of this, you know, but I will tell you this. I've been in camps with people from uptown community. No man, I know over a lot of baller we're playing a national team, Stefano. I'm gonna give you, you see, I'm gonna give you a thing though. But you know though, I have been to camps already. Well, at the under 15 level, as you know. And other camps that I wasn't a part of, but being around. And when the youth them come from uptown and them see the conditions still, them don't want to stay. I know too. So sometimes the uptown youth them now go stay in a certain conditions. So them are gonna leave. They are going to leave. In other words, them look a dirty bathroom business. If the you understand me, them bathroom of it, and certain food you want, give them some corned beef and bread and them things. Them ain't them thing about. Them thing. They want them parents call them and carry some KFC for them and them thing. And the coach and the manager go say, no, that can't happen. And them also say, listen, go back home. So that is also a part of it. So that is also part of it, but you have a point with sometimes the view is that because a man come from uptown, him now go fight on the field as hard. But Jason, here is the truth now. I be an uptown man play cricket for Jamaica, you know. Most of the cricket that they were uptown people, you know. Poor people can't play cricket, but too expensive, boss. Hell it. I'm a nah, man, then most of the cricketers them not from uptown, man. Talk about it. Tell me some of the top cricketer them. Who come from Garrison? Who? Nah, man. Marlon Samuels them no know. Garrison man them, man. And Manu, yo, and go back to what name? Waverly Hines. Which watch come from which garrison? Hey man, me think say I don't know some of the things them attack, you know. Jeffrey Dujan, I know from no garrison, man. And the man I talk about, man, we can give you a whole pan here, man. Nehemiah Perry, I know from no. Yeah, you talk about, man. Elder Mop. Elder Mop. Big up yourself, Elder Mop, but one Manchester. Manchester dead, Arsenal beat them. Yeah. But I do understand because, yeah, well, Franklin Rose come from Steertown still. What you mean, man? Yeah, man. I know semi-final we're going, man. We're going to the final, man. A final we're going, you know. We won the final today, Stefano. We defeated St. Elizabeth Technical 2-1. So we're in Clarendon College. I go playing at the final at the under 16. Remember last year we win under 16, you know? Yeah. Town a town, country a country. And then the boy come try this me. So him get it was hey, town a town, country a country. But seriously though, there's an attitude that because a youth come from uptown, him not as committed, and him now go fight as hard as a youth from downtown and in the garrison, because the youth of the garrison bear the heart of Jamaican thing. And it's not so. Even in school, you see that. Right? Even in the schools, because sometimes when a youth even, for example, a youth from uptown come at the camp and him have brand new this and brand new that and thing. It's like the man must say, yo, don't come in them thing, them man. Like them not supposed to look decent. Football. Maybe those things have changed though, but people used to make you feel like you're not supposed to look so decent and neat. You understand me? Like the man them well want, I don't know. So that is why. Yeah. I think Uptown youth as priority school, university, etc. So they won't struggle it out. And that's maybe true too. Maybe like a youth from Uptown say, listen, I don't have to struggle for this. Like, come on, I can pursue. A youth a champion probably where, have all 8 subjects from fourth form and into Cape level 1. You understand me? And him mash up the SATs and them things. Him not necessarily need, if you go struggle and you understand me, asleep on some look bed and them things. Then man probably has said to himself, say, no, sir, might as well go college. You understand me? big up all Russian, man. Big up all Russian in the place. This one says, I was lucky because I knew a lot of players from club ball, so I was accepted by teammates, but the coach them never take me serious. Not that. I'm telling you, I'm about to see you come from uptown, man. You have on your brand new shoes and your white pair of socks, white, lily white. You know good boss, what you do? You don't go fight for this. Oh, y'all skip over when you warm up and you see all mud. Someone run at the mud and thing and y'all jump over that kind of why your side White Sox get splashed up. Could you see a joke thing this? Messi man did that already, Messi, I see kids who peer at a whole power. Come training man and a jump over water, man. No, make the White Sox splash up. From the coach. Boss, you can't tell Eldabam nothing, Eldabam did the world by himself. Big up Eldabam. One priority, man. Yeah. Elder Map tumble down, yeah, man. Elder Map, you need some. Yo, Elder Map, you need some different shots, aye. You need some different shots. You need some different shots. You hear me, I say? So pick up the elder. Yeah. Let me see this. St. George's Triple Crown and back-to-back Manning Cup team hit with about 50%. Yeah, that team for real. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because remember, sometimes all them places there, you know, that was also like Portmore and them places was viewed as sort of uptown because you have man from them places there, you know. Yeah, I love this one. Big up the Mannings, most consistent Western team in youth in the last couple of years, coming from a Russian. Yeah, man. Hey, Rob Smith, that's a very big point. And I think what happened is that this is a very big point. Because sometimes, they disenfranchise uptown from the football and disenfranchise the families from the football. And so you're right. A lot of them don't end up supporting the football because their kids are not involved or they don't. Let me tell you, Kimani Robinson was a big baller in a boss. I think he probably play under 20 and under 23 still. But them man they never have to play football. So I think after that him leave the football still. But Kimani Robinson a big baller. He came to an era where it would have been tough to get into national programs and thing, Yes, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Mr. Porter, uh, uh, all in the cold, elder map, a warm up. Then in the cold man for warm up, man. Of course, he played. He was in the under 23 team, man. He played under 23. I think he was part of the under 23 team that was playing Olympic qualifiers, and he played under 20. Yeah, I think he played. I'm very sure. I'm going to ask somebody still, but I'm almost certain that he was in one of the Olympic teams and he was in under 20 team. And I think some of those players ended up going into the national team from the group that he was a part of. Someone says, I was running business at school. God bless that lady. She used to work at Western Sports. I used to get Nike stuff from her cheap and sell it to you them at school. Make a lot of money. Good times. All right, Conrad. All right. Also, middle class parents are very aligned to higher education. So parents not steering youth in football don't see it as a career. Good, good, good. Yeah, man. That's a good one. DW. Hey, Stefano. No, man. They may have Steve Butner. May have two interview with Steve Butner on the channel. May have interview with Jackie Walters. All right. Yeah, man. May have interview with all of them elder them. Man. You understand? I mean. I like the story them share, and I don't want to redo the interview and the story change. You understand me? But interview on it, man. Just type in Jackie Walters, man. And you see it come up. Lenny Hyde, then Hutchinson, the late then Hutchinson. We have them one, them man. Yeah, man. Bob Campbell. We have them man. Alan Skill Cole. We have the whole of them interview them, man. I'll end them up interview, Elder easy, Yeah, man. Them depend. I'll end them up interview, man. What? Yeah, you mean, man, interview Elder man? Hector Wright, depon it too. You understand me? Carlton, Claggy, Alexander, depon it. A cement kid me I try to get interview with, you know. But him a ramp with the thing. Big up cement kid. Michael Graham, dep on it, man. Aaron Lawrence, they want some Russies, man, you know. Loxley Reed, Russies, man, them there, you know. Yes, basically the same thing in Brazil or Argentina or even England. Most of the top ballers come their inner cities. Even in England, I don't know about the Wonder Boss, but which England baller come from which inner city? I think Gary Kane and them and they come from no inner city, man. And Cole Palmer, sir, come from which inner city? And Declan Rice, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. In England, but you see in America, a lot of the money play for America. Your parents have to have money in a man. So what you're saying that all them US baller where them parents pay so much, all them London Donovan and them yeah, but I don't grow up in no poverty, man. No, man. A man life may be rough, but I don't think the parents are them in no poverty, man. We can call some Englishman name, man. Them not grow up no rough, man. Declan Rice, all John Stones and them, man. Jordan Pickford, man. David Beckham, man. What kind of rough life, man? I can't tell. Them probably when time them get into adult, them go through whole past struggles. Them man they come from upper class communities and them thing them, man. No, if you find a US baller, we probably go through that. You understand me? I probably a migrant or something like that, man. Yeah. But the Jamaica thing is a serious thing still. Uptown you get a warm time. But there are certain things that Uptown you dominate, you know, because when you go a swimming thing, you know, Uptown run it, you know. So while we are talking about the football, when you go hold on. Hold on. But let's talk because we have to do the flip side, you know. Because you look at the squash and them badminton and them thing there. Yeah, man. Badminton and squash and them thing there. And gymnastics and thing. Uptown people run them thing there, man. All the car racing business too. And golf. Uptown people run them thing there, man. Water polo. So what if sports? Jason, what if sports you're running on, Jason? Jason, how well if sports you're running on? Leave a football for the people, man. How well if sports you're running, man? You cannot see so youth from all the garrison, but they go go swim. No, man. Jamaica taxi, man. It cannot be like a rally car. Jamaica taxi, man, if they have something where them have traffic where, like, it would have to be a kind of competition where beat traffic. Who can get to the destination the fastest, knowing some shortcuts and beat traffic and overtake and undertake and them thing there. That's that kind of thing there. Yeah, Jason, man. I want to run everything there, man. All chess, I don't think that, yeah, man. When the biggest competitor. Hey, you know that Upper Constant Spring Golf Cup, one of the candidates from over Cassava Peace did end up represent Jamaica, you know. Forget him name, I'm looking brethren to you know. Yeah, but as close as you're over there, you go over Constant Spring Golf. I say, man, everybody over there's a white man. They may not go a pro golf, man. All right, but share this. People, I'm telling you, it's a cricket. Any man who understand cricket can be very good at golf. Or you can play golf to get good at cricket. Some of you know pro golf. In the States, right? Where you're upon this this ledge. What you call it? Like a veranda and you're hitting the ball. You're hitting the golf balls. all the way out in different areas, and you can score points and compete with each other. Yo, I'm gonna say no, man. Some cricket. I just said to myself, say, all right, I'm gonna use some cricket shots. Yeah. Yeah, man. Be a cricket. Bam. Like I play them a long on and long off. Yeah, man. Straight drive. So if you them can play cricket, them can do it. Yeah, but I forgot his name, but I'm going to call him name. Plan, tell me his name now. One from one I'm bridging from Cassava Piece. Just show me. I forgot his name, but yeah, he was a caddy and he ended up playing junior golf for Jamaica. Forget his name. Because them time they all foodie. Foodie used to work over there too. Cause foodie work with Portmore now. Yeah. Like, me understand look how much river in the country, in the rural area. You ever seen a rural people in a no swimming thing for Jamaica yet, man? Or I play water polo for Jamaica. Check it out. Or equestrian, what do you call it? It's equestrian. That one. I think when Lenny son is the lead that right now is the coach for Jamaica and them did bad pan it, you know. That's the Olympic sports too, you know. Me never all them thing there. All right, I like this one. I am sure sports. Do you think that Cavaliers should have been in the FIFA Club World Cup, the current Caribbean champions? I think it is a noble gesture, but I also believe though that if it is by region, because it's like Asia, CONCACAF, South America, and seeing how would no Cavaliers qualify? So what I would say is that they need to make it not just about CONCACAF, but separate CONCACAF, which means if you do that, you're going to need a team from Central America too. So you'd have to get a team from North America, Central America, and one from the Caribbean. They're playing Gold Cup because they are invited guests. So if Jamaica were invited, if Cavaliers were invited, they could. Qatar and Saudi Arabia play in our Gold Cup because they are invited. And I believe that they are invited because they somehow put money in it as well. Yeah, but I don't think it is voting power. I don't think it's voting power why Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Emirates Airline was one of the big sponsors, which is from these places. So these guys are pumping million in it. We don't have that money to pump into it, Andre. I think it would be good. Like for this for one of the Caribbean club champion to be in the FIFA, I don't see. No, if Cavaliers becomes the champion of this, they should be in the next edition. I don't think the Club World Cup has to do with Caribbean voting power because the Caribbean still have to qualify for the World Cup out of CONCACAF. So it's not, unless the Caribbean is going to separate itself from CONCACAF and say, we want to separate from CONCACAF, let CONCACAF be Central America and North America. We want to be the Caribbean. And so every year we have our own qualifier that goes directly to the World Cup. Therefore, the top team in the Caribbean goes into... Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, man. How you doing, brother?
Me there, I go on easy, you know, we discuss a lot of things. You understand me? Let me ask you this before you get into your Cavaliers in Club World Cup. In Trinidad, is the Trinidad team normally made up of uptown and downtown, and Garrison youth are Garrison youths from uptown don't really play football, they play cricket. How does it work?
No. We call it the ghetto. A lot of kids, a lot of top players in Trinidad in the past came out of the ghetto.
Okay, so same thing like in Jamaica.
Yeah, same thing.
Our uptown kids shun, our uptown players shun, because they're saying that them don't have the heart for this, because them don't really go up in the roughness and the hardness of the ghetto. So when they're really hard, how is it?
Well, look, I think if in Trinidad might be a little bit different in this regard. If you're good enough, you get a chance to play. Sometimes though, if you didn't come, the kids from the ghetto are looked at as, they give them a little bit more leverage sometimes, or a little bit more opportunity. But the kids from other sections of the society, sometimes they may not have to be as good. You know what I mean? They just have to be good enough and be interested enough to want to be part of the setup, and then they get that opportunity. Okay. They get a little bit of what we call privilege, sometimes.
Okay.
But to my question, I just wanted to be clear. What I'm saying is, when you look at Gold Cup, you just mentioned that Qatar gets to come because they are sponsors, Saudi Arabia because they're sponsors. They get to come and play in our Gold Cup, right? I am saying, if we are trying to develop football around the world, this is a major tournament that happens before World Cup. Okay? Why it is the Caribbean, who has a very powerful voting bloc that they probably don't use as they should, why it is, and I don't know if there was a conversation, but why is it the Caribbean isn't included? I mean, there are rules, there are qualification rules, but I can tell you, Inter Miami, there's an argument that they should not be part of that tournament. That LA Galaxy, or last year's champion Columbus Crew, should be.
I agree.
Right?
That I agree with.
So what I'm saying to you is, right. So what I'm saying to you is that the rules are there, but they circumvent the rules for benefit, for their benefit, right? To get what they want to happen. So why is there anybody at the team?
It wouldn't change the fact, though, that an MLS team would have still been in it. It's just the wrong MLS team.
Right, I agree with that. I'm not against an MLS team being in it. What I'm saying is, I think there's an argument to have a team from the Caribbean because we are part of CONCACAF, right? And even if it's not to the letter of the law, what I'm saying is that with the right representation, a seat at the table, I think it could have happened.
Okay. All right, listen, what are you doing tomorrow?
That's boy. God is in charge of tomorrow. He's the best planner.
All right. So all right, because I have to run, but I want to pick up on this conversation tomorrow on Super Friday because it's very interesting, and I have some other things that I'll share on it because I have like a minute to go, but I want us to continue this conversation, and I also want to learn a little bit about the dynamics in Trinidad, where the rich and the poor in terms of sports is concerned. So
you had Brent recently. Brent is on the ground.
No, but it was too much, but we couldn't get into all of that with Brent. So yeah.
no, but that's good. We can pick up on that.
Yeah. All right.
But I think we need to have a little bit stronger presence.
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. All right. Listen, have a blessed rest of the evening, man. And tomorrow I'll let you know what time, and then we'll talk. All right.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. All right. So there we go, people. Listen, I want to thank all of you today. See if you can. If you have not yet liked the video, please go ahead and like it. We're at 76 likes. We'd love to get it at 100 before we close the show. I am Manins Mando. This has been I Am Sure Sport. It's an absolute pleasure being here with you this evening. Join us again tomorrow when we have Super Friday, and that is your opportunity to just give something towards our efforts in December to help the less fortunate. All right. So think about it, pray about it, discuss it with your family. And $10, $5, $4, whatever you can, you go ahead and do that. But you stay blessed, remain blessed. It was good being with you today. Thanks for all the persons who contributed to the program by calling in, by giving thanks to Leighton with his massive super sticker in support of our project. And thanks to all the comments. And we didn't have any fights and quarrels in the comment section. Check out, there are so many platforms out there. Jason Guna TV, 433 Presser, there is Cranky Live, Ryan LFC, Style and Flavor, Have the City Lock Coach, Minzy, Unseen Sports, Military Guna, JT, JD, oh my god, Sports Down the Middle. I mean, so many. I can't name all of them. Brian Mighton over there with BAM Sports TV, Dre, Any Weather Sports on Instagram. Oh my lord. I mean, this is so good how Jamaica has flooded the space with all of these sporting content. You be blessed. Until we meet again, I am Management, and when it gets to the end of the show, we say we are over and we are out of here.